Hello, it is me Nosy, and I'm back again for another video. And this video is tackling killing two birds with one stone. This is a video about talking about what I did yesterday, and also I'm going to be going into the whole community thing as well, because I just thought, why not tackle both? I'm going to go straight into the point of what I was doing yesterday. And as you can see by the title page, it was the Manchester MeetUp. My good friend Phil, Ratchet25, he is just a legend. He is an awesome guy. He really, really is. Good friend of mine. He organised a meetup around Manchester. So I went along because Manchester isn't as far as most places people like to do meetups, and it's much more accessible. It's not hard to get. It's not hard, and it's not really that badly priced when it comes to getting a train ticket from Hull to Manchester. It's not that bad. It's actually quite reasonable. But if I go further afield, like Birmingham, or that further afield, like Southampton, London, I'm looking at a ridiculous amount of cash just for a train, and just for a train alone. That's without any sort of maybe stay over the night when it comes to like hotels and things. But moving on. But yes, I went on down to Manchester for the meetup. My good old friend Phil was hosting it, and I went down with my wife, as I'm affectionately known by now. It's me and my wife, which is Sam. She was a firestorm. So basically, me and him went down on the train together from Hull to Manchester, and it was a fantastic day. When we got there and we finally met people, it was great because we met two new people that are more or less starting up doing videos on YouTube. One of the individuals that I met, I have seen on Facebook, but I've never met the guy in person. And I've just, as of yesterday, I've just checked him out on YouTube, and I've actually subscribed to the guy, and the same thing for the other guy that went as well. These two individuals, there is Richard, or as he goes by on YouTube as Bisto Yeti. He was a swell guy, really, really cool, chilled, awesome guy. You could have, easy to talk to, and he was just awesome to meet for the first time. And also the second guy who went, brand new, was a guy called TF Wilderness. Also that went was the awesome, legendary Antonis Prime here on YouTube. He is awesome. Jazan! He's just awesome. Who else? Oh yeah, Adam White as well. He's the guy that said, apparently, why I said a moment ago, me and the wife. That was Adam White. That was just mad. But yeah, we had a proper conversation, me and Adam as well. Proper conversation, because I don't actually get to speak to him that much. I really don't get to speak to him that much, because when I do see him at Art Assembly, it's quite a brief, hello, how are you? How's it all going? That kind of, we spoke about a lot of interesting stuff as well, about, what is tickling our fancy in the Transformers toy line at the moment and things like that. We also got on to the obvious thing is, Art Assembly being the last one. We were all expressing ourselves and saying, just saying how much Art Assembly has changed us and how we enjoy it, and so saddened to see it go. We're just talking about different things like that, really. And so yeah, it was fantastic. It was really chilled, really cool little social thing. We went to a Chinese, all-you-can-eat place, and it had Chinese food, Mexican and Indian, and it was kind of all intertwined, and that was really cool, really nice. And we went to a couple of the geeky shops, as you do. Went to a place called Travelling Man, or The Travelling Man, which was a comic book shop, and it also did manga, anime, all that kind of stuff. And then we also went to I forgot what they call it. I forgot what they call it. It's they've got one in Birmingham and they've got one in London. And then we went to a place called Affleck's, and it was like a shopping centre thing, a shopping arcade shopping centre. And we met. That's where we met up with Adam White. And so yes, it was awesome. That's all I can say. It was class A awesome that day. And I just want to say to Phil, you did a great job. You know, I know you was a little bit nervous. You wasn't too sure of where to go. You kind of, you was a little bit uneasy about the whole thing of having to try and do it all on your own. But, but with that being said, you did a great job. It was a great little meet-up. We all got on fine, which is the main thing. And, I hope you had a good birthday little celebration with all of us, because it was his birthday yesterday. It was fantastic. Moving on now to the community thing, and I'm going to try and make this a bit quicker because I don't really need to speak too much about the community thing because I've spoken a lot about my thoughts on the community before. So my thoughts on the response from the community. A lot of people are talking about creativity with people making videos and things like that. I've just been watching Bisto Yeti, which is Richard, who I met yesterday, his video talking about it, and he actually hits on a very good point, or a few good points, where he's saying that YouTube is being overtaken by Facebook. The YouTube community is being overtaken by the Facebook community. It's becoming more of a Facebook thing. It was trying to alliterate that we should try to make YouTube popular again, because it's about how much effort you put into making a video, because something like he also alliterated on, that videos take a bit more time and effort to produce, because you need to have the time at hand, because obviously if you're working and things like that, you need to have the time at hand and things like that. And then he went on to saying on Facebook that you could post your video up on the YouTube Facebook community page and it will probably get 1 or 2 likes and probably a couple of comments, but that'll be it. But if you, like he suggested or said, if you take a picture of a transformer on top of your head, you will get a lot more audience respecting that, rather than you putting a lot of effort into making a video on YouTube. And he's more or less trying to say that it's gone a little bit backwards. That's more or less what he's trying to say. It's gone a little bit backwards. Now, there's nothing about having a bit of a laugh with Transformers. There's nothing wrong with that, and I'm not saying that I'm against people fooling around and messing about with their toys. There's nothing wrong with that, and that's not what I'm saying. What I agree with is that YouTube has really slowed down in popularity. A lot of people like myself, where I've been doing videos on YouTube and reviewing stuff for a long time, and a lot of us are starting to get a bit bored of the whole thing and not sure whether to continue and things like that, and our creativity a little bit when it comes to videos has kind of slumped a bit. Well, I'm talking about me here, I'm not talking about anyone else, but a lot of people kind of understand where I'm coming from, is that a lot of people think a lot of people kind of think they're they can't really be bothered to make a video these days, and they're not too sure whether to continue to collect Transformers, and they're not sure whether to review, and that is kind of where it's gone into at the moment. A lot of the ones that have been around for a while are not too sure whether to continue, and they can't really be bothered to make a video because of other stuff in life. And I'm the same, and it's good to see people like Bisto Yeti and TF Wilderness, who we met yesterday, and all these new people that are coming on the scene that are trying to carry on trying to carry on the spirit of what this little community was all about to begin with. And they're trying to make videos, they're trying to more or less they're trying to make it more vibrant again, they're trying to regenerate it to a whole new audience. They're trying to bring it back. And yeah, I'm with Mr. Yeti, or Richard. I'm with him when he says that I think we need to try to keep the spirit of the YouTube community alive by continuing to make videos rather than going off onto Facebook and taking a picture of a transformer on your head that doesn't take any type of creativity at all. That is just a spontaneous thing. It doesn't take any effort. But we think we should try to, he thinks, and I also think the same, we should try to bring it back. Because it was YouTube that brought us together in the first place, and it was YouTube that brought a lot of the community together. The Transformers community started, the birth of the Transformers community was on YouTube. So I really do believe that if we tried to delve down to it again and get back into enjoying videos again, then and being more creative, because that is what it's all about, being creative and showing your opinion on something, or expressing your opinion on a certain subject that you enjoy so much. That is what this is all about. This is what YouTube's about. It's called broadcasting yourself. That is what YouTube is originally, or was created for. I mean, the whole community thing for me is that, there is a bunch of really, really, really creative people that I am good friends with, get on with very well, and it's a kind of a shame that it's kind of been left on the shoulders of the new ones that are coming on the block, that are being inspired by people that have been on the YouTube doing the same thing for a long time. And it's kind of a shame that a lot of the good old ones, are kind of leaving it, and it kind of feels like the spirit of it all's dying out, and it's evolving onto Facebook. And Facebook is a good way. I use Facebook a lot to share things in my videos, which everybody else do, but you don't seem to get the same, you don't really seem to get the same feeling through posting your videos on Facebook than you would on YouTube itself. If you uploaded a video on YouTube, you probably get a little bit more thought of it because you put more thought and effort into that. But if you put it up on Facebook, you probably most likely get less. It probably won't go anywhere. I really do believe that we should reignite the fire and bring back the community that we all know and loved back when we all started doing videos, and make it really cool and interesting again, and make it the big massive community that it once was. And also, don't be afraid to try new things as well. I want to admit this is my own personal message. Don't be afraid to change it up a little bit. You don't have to do Transformers all the time. If you want to talk about like DC stuff, Marvel stuff, anything where it's a completely separate toyland in general, talk about that as well. It's great to get a good idea of different toylands, as well as a main toyland that you're more interested in, which is, for me, Transformers is my main interest. But then I'm also interested in some DC stuff. I'm also Marvel. I like Star Wars, but I don't collect the toys or the figures or anything. But I like Star Wars as a franchise. But you know what I mean, and I also like anime and manga, but that is a completely different thing to this channel, because I made a second channel. But it is, yeah, I really do think so. Change it up a little bit, if you want to. If you don't want to just talk about the same thing, to keep it going in your head. Thank you very much for watching. This has been quite a long video, but I hope you understood where I was coming from with my point there. But me and Richard, or Mr. Yeti, really do share the same common interest when it comes to Facebook community and the YouTube community. But thank you very much. We'll be back very soon with more videos. Peace. We'll be back very soon. Bye-bye.